Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Good Morning Show, where we believe that mornings hold the key to the rest of the day. Have a good morning and the rest of the day just follows suit. Namaste. My name is Sumisha Shankar. I'm a yoga therapist and a teacher at the Yoga Institute, and we are here to help you seize the morning. As annoying and inconvenient as it might be, but back pain has crawled into all our lives. You don't have to be elderly to suffer from it. Be it the heavy school bags that children carry or the stuck to the office chair lifestyle that adults follow. Back pain has almost become inevitable. If you have already woken up with a back pain, then perhaps it's too late to tell you about faulty lifestyle and practices that cause the pain. But do not worry, it's not too late to try and relieve you of the pain. So, here are a few techniques that will make your back feel as good as new. So, for a back pain, it is very important to twist your spine. Just imagine a towel, and then when you kind of exhale and twist it, all the pain comes out there and you are good to go. So, that's how our spine is. So, for that matter, we will do something called Supta Vakrasana. Now this Sup means sleeping, Vakra means twisted, and Asana is there. So what we'll do is again come on the lying position. We'll come on to our mat from one side, tilting from one side, taking a lot of support. Then we come to our backs completely, straighten our legs, put our hands into a T shape completely, and then very slowly from here we will fold our legs, our feet towards our hip and lie like this, and exhaling while we are going towards the right side, we'll keep our head and our torso in the same line and let our legs go towards the right side and see towards the left, so that there is a complete twisted action happening on your spine as much as you can. Initially, if you're not so comfortable, it's fine. Wherever you can go, while exhaling you are doing this. You take 1 and 2 normal breath. Again inhaling, you come back and to the left side again. You exhaling, you go towards the left side and look towards your right. And both of your shoulders are on ground. If not, then wherever you are, just completely get into the position and don't worry. And then again inhaling, you come back, you put your hands to your side, you straighten your legs, roll to one side, take the support of your hands and come back and sit in Sukhasana. So this is a very beautiful pose to release, and it's like, what do you call it, like it's simply like a stretching. You're allowing a very natural stretch to happen with a conscious effort. The only contraindication is that if you have any recent abdominal surgery, or if your doctor has advised not to twist and turn, then only you should do it. Otherwise, it is one of the best asanas to keep your spine supple. So this technique, what I'm going to tell you, is my personal favorite. It helped me when I had a back injury. This is called Shalbhasana, meaning the locust pose or a grasshopper pose. This particular pose strengthens your entire locomotive organs, your entire legs. It releases your sciatica nerves, and it also strengthens your abdominal organs. Shalbhasana is multifaceted. It also tones your liver, it also tones your abdominal organs, and it completely strengthens your entire body. So let's get started with it. We will go to the ground and lie on our stomach with our chin on the ground, okay? And the hands to the side of your thighs. Relax yourself completely, ease into this position. Straighten both your legs from your hip joint and stay there. Check your body, take a normal breath. So while exhaling, you will straighten your legs as much as you want without letting the hip joints coming out of the floor to the left leg. And you come back. Same thing to the left side. You inhale, and while exhaling, you give a deep stretch to your left leg originating from your hip joint
and stretch as much as you want to without any tension in other parts of the body. Stay there, do a normal breath and come back. So once you have practiced both the right and the left, you can exhale and spring both the legs up in the air, giving a deep stretch from your hip joint, and slowly uplift your upper portion of the body as much as you can, keeping your eyes to the ground in a faraway distance, and just stay there as much as you want and inhaling. You come back and you relax in Makrasana. And once you have practiced both of these, you can do a very fun position out of it, which is called the Superman pose. So what we do is that we inhale and we exhale and we extend both our hands to the side. Exhaling, we will just rise up and shine like a Superman. And you come back. And taking the support of your hands, you come back and sit in Sukhasana.
If you have any recent abdominal surgery, peptic ulcer or hernia, you should avoid going on your stomach and doing this. Otherwise, it is one of the best asanas for your sciatica pain and your lower back pain. Remember, while these asanas will give you some immediate relief, it's your lifestyle that is at fault. Along with bringing healthier practices to life, if you practice these asanas regularly, your back pain will completely vanish. Now time to hear from our Guru and Guiding Light, Hansa Ji, lovingly known as Ma.
Namaskar. Yogis always believed that human spine needs attention because human spine is this way, animals this way. So every vertebrae is getting the same pressure, but here the lower area is getting more pull, and so back problem is bound to come if you don't attend to your spine. That's why yogis said that you have to make your spine flexible always. So they have given about 6 ways in which we should make our spine flexible. So what is that way? Forward bending, backward bending, sideward bending, third, twist, fourth, upward pull, fifth, and head low, sixth. These 6 ways in which we should be keeping our spine flexible. So we should do some asanas to see that our spine is exercised from all sides. Whenever we have any pains, back pain, neck pain, basically back pain, you have to understand what lifestyle you have, what are you doing with your body. Develop awareness. Your awareness has to be really heightened. How I am standing, how I am sitting, am I sitting for long? How am I sitting? Is my back straight or not? I have to continuously watch myself. I have to become a teacher myself to correct my posture all the time. Spine has to be straight. It can't be slouched forward or sideways. It has to be always kept straight. And so, while doing all your activities, you should see that you are aware about your posture, aware about your activities, and go on correcting as and when required. When a person is stiff, he has to avoid sitting in one posture for a long time. You should always become alert and aware about how long you are sitting, how in between you should get up, walk, bend, do something. Even while sleeping, it is observed that we sleep in a wrong posture. When we are sleeping, if we keep our body absolutely stick-like, straight, it is going to hurt your spine. And that's why better to see that you keep your legs folded when you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, cross your legs and sleep for some time. Fold your legs upway and sleep some time. Try and see that you are changing your body position all the time. Folding legs and turning from side to side has to be done even at night. Very often I tell people to keep little small pillow below your knee and sleep if you have a habit of sleeping like a stick, and you will notice that your back pain would disappear. Proper posture are what is required, and that when you do, things are very much managed. Whenever there is a pain in body, back pain and all that, what is required is warmth. Our entire body needs a particular warmth. Temperature has to be proper. If you cool down your body, creates problem. I remember I saw some students, they went to theatre, it was very cold, and then when they came out, next day they had backache and neck ache and all other aches because body had cooled down 3 hours sitting in one position with very cold atmosphere. So understand, if you are working in the office where AC is very strong, then always have a cover, additional cover on your back. Wear something, a sort of a belt type, which is not tight, but which will keep your back warm. In the house, use hot water bag to give warmth to that area. That warmth is required. Warmth makes muscles relaxed. Learn to be in a relaxed state, in a happy state, and that will remove the pain. So try and do that. Move your own warm hand around your body where the pain is there and body will get enough energy. What is most important for our bones, for our joints is sunlight. Do you know how much important sunlight is? It definitely gives us vitamin D, no doubt about it, but it gives much, much more than that. It really helps in healing, removing toxins. It helps in a good relaxation. Sunlight gives us strength. Muscles and bones become more tougher and stronger. So sunlight should be given. In today's modern life, people hardly see sun. They talk about Surya Namaskar, but they don't see sun. Only doing asanas will keep your body little bit better, but it can't remove the pain unless you do all these things. And so try and see that you take sun on your back. You see, sit in sun. It could be sun after 10 because it is little stronger. It can go through your clothes. And so after 10 till 4, 5 o'clock, you can take sun on your body. It could be in any part of your body. If preferably back, just sit and take your breakfast in sun. Sit, and walking in sun will not help you. You have to sit at one place and so be in sun for some time. So take care. All these things are little small things which you can do and really help yourself. Help yourself to see that you don't live life under pain and suffering. So take charge of yourself. Namaskar.
Thank you, Hansama. We hope that all of you watching have now corrected your posture and gearing up to defeat that back pain once for all. If you enjoyed watching this video, please share this video with your friends and family to help them with a pain-free morning too. Do not forget to subscribe to the Yoga Institute and press the bell icon to get notified of our shows. We are coming to the close of the season 1 of the Good Morning Show. Please comment down below to let us know what topics would you like us to cover in the season 2. Keep watching and have a lovely good morning.